Good morning, guys. Right now, it's just a bit of snowfall. If you take a look at the ground below me, you can see where some of the sleet, the ice sort of all mixed together, while the roads not quite frozen tundra where you see, the light just glistening off of it. But it doesn't change the fact that conditions here are a bit dangerous. I did check in with Frankfurt's EMA director this morning. He says roads are slick, dangerous, but are not quite as bad as they were expecting. But it doesn't change the fact that it's still pretty cold out here. We still have had a lot of ice accumulate as well. I'm just going to show you some of the plant life here over to my right. You can see sort of the ice that's accumulated over all of the individual but not branches of a shrub, but you know what I'm talking about here. Also the tree here behind me, all of the branches sort of encased in this glistening ice. Lawrenceburg Road is over here to my right. That's one of the main roads that runs here through Frankfurt, all the way over to I-64. Not hearing a lot of traffic on it right now. It's still pretty early, so we've only seen a handful of folks really out and about. Only one person just earlier scraping off their car, and we just had a police car pass us as well. So it's not impossible to drive on these roads, but still take it very easy. Be very careful. No outages here to report of as well. That's the latest here in Frankfurt. Going to send things back over to you. Yeah, good morning, guys. Snow currently falling here in Frankfurt. It seems to have tapered off just a little bit since I spoke to you about an hour ago, although I may be just being a bit optimistic or my eyes are fooling me. I can't quite tell. I'm over here right beside Lawrenceburg Road. Just behind me here, you're about to see a snowplow come by, one of about just dozens that we've seen all morning long. Crews are out and about trying to make sure these roads are as passable as possible. Lawrenceburg Road here. It's wet, it's slick, but we are seeing traffic start to pick up as we progress further into the morning. People get to start to their day. You can see a few cars now coming on down. Just over that hill right there that you see, that is I-64, the main interstate that runs here through Frankfurt. I spoke with Frankfurt's EMA director earlier this morning. He says there are thankfully no outages to report here today. Of course, roads being slick, a bit dangerous. Please use a lot of caution when you're out and about. As Danielle was just mentioning earlier, it takes time for the salt to work. So as crews get out, put more salt out. We're going to be putting more salt out again, and it's going to be an ongoing, continual process as we go throughout the day, working to try and make sure all of these roads are clear. As we move from our location, when we spoke to you about an hour ago over that way, thankfully didn't slip and fall on our way here. Always a good sign to give you sort of an idea of just how slick things are. So thankfully it is navigatable enough that we could still get around, but of course use a lot of caution this morning, guys. I'm going to send it back over to you. Yeah, that's right, guys. Here in Frankfurt, it's been really a mixed bag ever since this event started last night. Whenever I was here watching conditions last night, we really got a lot of rain yesterday. Around 8:30 yesterday evening is whenever you really started to see things transition into that ice, into that sleet. This morning, we saw a little bit of sleet. Now, most of what's falling is snowfall. You can see behind me, this is Lawrenceburg Road, one of the main roads here in Frankfurt that connects right over to I-64, one of the main interstates connecting between Lexington and Louisville. We've seen a fair bit of traffic here this morning. Thankfully, here in Frankfurt, EMA director tells me no outages to report and no major accidents as well. So certainly good news here, but that doesn't mean that that can't change as the day progresses. So, of course, if you are going to be out and about, be sure to use a lot of caution. A lot of places closed today, so not a lot of reasons to get out unless you absolutely must. But that's looking conditions here in Frankfurt. Going to send things back over to you. Yeah, guys, certainly within the last hour, the snow here has really picked up, and it's appearing to be a lot thicker. You can take a look at the roads here behind me. You can also see where the snow is also really starting to stick to the roads themselves, so the conditions are becoming a lot more hazardous. Slick and hazardous are the specific words that Frankfurt's EMA director said to me when I just checked in with him on current conditions. Now, also in state government news today, just a reminder that the legislature has adjusted their schedule, so they will not be convening today. Also, Governor Beshear has closed all state offices today. So for the most part, any of the governmental business happening in Frankfort is not really going to be taking place today. Governor Beshear has said that he will likely be having an update a little bit later on, either late morning, early afternoon, to give an update on conditions. But right now here in Frankfort, conditions slowly starting to get a little bit more slick and hazardous, so use a lot of caution if you're going to be out on the roads. Live in Frankfort, Bodie Brooks, Fox 56 News.